This is Zach, and this is Yoga Science, and we are talking about the wave, the life wave, the organic life wave, the organic pattern of natural life, the organic pattern of electromagnetics, and electric pattern of how things grow in nature, and how the organic patterns of the human body, as well as every plant and the universe and galaxies and all. So let's get into it. Let's give the first. We show that this is the arc here. With the GOD process, it starts, right? It peaks, and then it goes back to a 0 point. So we're gonna draw the wave in this fashion, the side view of it, and then we said that this wave is also, as well as it's going up and down like that with amplitude and frequency, right? Frequency going from left to right, amplitude going from up and down. It's spiraling. So when you're looking at the spiraling, you're seeing it. This line has, when you look close in it, this line will be spiraling like this. It's spiraling through, turning and turning like that, and it's going up and down and spiraling. So it's the spiraling wave. And if you looked at it from the spiral, straight on through the middle of it, if you look through the middle of it, you would see it like this is one way you would see it. That's the spiral there, and it would just be funneling like that, going in, funneling downwards. Or if you looked at this funnel from the side, it would look like a vortex, like that. So here's this would be the 0 point. This would be the highest, loudest amplitude. Amplitude's out here, and up the top there. So you'd see this. You'd see this funnel shape if you looked at this from the side. And then we'll just go with that, with showing you those examples of this is the wave moving different directions. Now we're going to show you how the sun performs this wave, so you can see, so we can have one pattern that we can replicate and show. It works in the human body, it works in all things. So let's draw the wave now in its basic form, and we're going to draw it in this form here, and we're just going to break down one section of it, and we're going to give it numbers. So we have distinctions of the different parts of it. So what we want to do is we want to go starting from the 0 point. We're coming up to its loudest point. Then it's coming down to the mid. Now it's going down to the 0 point again. Then it comes back up, and it goes back up to the, like that, loud point. Here is the middle, even, equinox, middle, mid points. Same amplitude above as below. If it was a daytime thing, if it was about the day, it would be equal amount of day as well as equal amount of time, a night, like 12 hours day, 12 hours night. That's the midpoint. These peak points here and here, this would be the longest day of the year. This would be down here, the longest night of the year. All right, so this is loud, this is mute, that inertia, 0 point here. So so we can call these points here, when we talk about these 0 points, here's, let's call that 10, right? And let's call this 1 and 10. All right, so we're going to give this wave here its number distinctions, so we can keep it in a scientific language. And then I'll show you how the other zodiac signs and everything else maps onto it. But these are all 30-degree angles broken up into 12 slices. So we have the first ones there. We're going to have, like, if we look at it this way, we're going to have like 6 over here, and you're going to have 7 right there, you're going to have 12 over here. You're going to have 11 right there. We're going to have 9 over here and 8 over here. Right? We're going to have 5 over here and 4 over here. And then we're going to have 3 right there. And then we're going to have 2. And then we have 1. So we're going to call that a 0 point there, okay? Here's a 0, and here's a 0. Down here. Okay, so now if this is the east, right? We're going to break this down to a day. If this is the east over here, horizon, in the morning, let's say 6 a.m., the sun comes up on the horizon and comes to the number 1 position. It's, the sun's rising, coming up on the eastern horizon. And then the number 2 position, the number 3 position, right? The number 4 position. Then it comes to the number 5 position. Let's say it's over here. This is like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If this is going to be here, 12 p.m. And down here it's 12 a.m. Alright? Right there, okay? So remember, these are our midpoints over here. So that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But we're given these now 30-degree slices. So here's the 1, here's the 2, here's the 3, here's the 4, here's the 5th slice, the 6th slice right here. The 7th slice starts right there, 7, right on the midpoint, the equinox. There's 8, there's 9, there's 10, right? There's the 11th point starts there, and there's the 12th, and then here's the 12th point starts here. And then we're back to, again, this will be a 1 point, a one area, a 1 slice. So we have the 12 numbers, the 12 months of the year, 12 hours of the day, going through here. And you can see that that's a measurable and replicatable wave. Now what you see in astrology, or what was done in the Cometian times, in Kemet, and the Cometians, the ancient Egyptians, is they gave these numbers pictographs, glyphs, but mainly pictures, to represent the characteristic of a number 1, characteristic of a number 2, characteristic of a number 3 position, of any wave. So, just for an example, the number 1 position here is, Aries. Aries, equals 1. So, you have the Aries position, the 1, the sunrise, the beginning. And number 2 would be, Taurus. The number 2 position, Taurus equals 2. And then the number 3 position, would be Gemini. And then the number 4 position would be Cancer over here. So we'll put the little Cancer glyph. And then the number 5 position would be Leo. And then the number 6 position would be Virgo. And then the number 7 position would be Libra, the scales. So the scales are right on the even point. So these are the glyphs I'm putting, but the number 1 position is the ram, or the baby lamb, the ram, young and just starting out. The energy is starting out. Number 2 is a bovine, a female bovine with horns, to show the number 2 position for those reasons, and we'll get into that later. But the number 3 position would be is the twins. Number 4 position is the crab, at that time, or the scarab or the beetle. The number 6 position gives the characteristic of, number 5 position is the lion for Leo the lion, for, for that reason. But anyways, so Leo is always number 5, so when they say something like in the birth chart, the first house has the character of Aries, of a ram, of a young beginning ram, with a lot of strength, because in your generative energy beginnings you have to be strong and powerful and to push to get to your apex. And then when you get to the number 5 position over here, Leo, the lion, you're showing your light. The lion is proud and is strong, and brings the light is solid. It's not corrupted by other colors and other things. So it's number 5 position, segment of the sky. That 5th 30-degree angle of light, and then all the way on as we get down here to number 10, 11, and 12. 12 is Pisces, the fish. 11 is Aquarius, that sign. 10 is Capricorn, and it gives, so again, 10 is the goat fish. So they gave it a pictorial image to the number 10 to give it so that you would start to use your imagination and strike that part of your mind where you would get many adjectives and descriptions to use that position as an adjective, not as a noun, not as a position, but as a characteristic, as a quality, or to give it a sort of an adjective feel. So the numbers are adjectives, just like the zodiac signs are adjectives. They describe a position, the characteristic of that position of electromagnetic energy. And remember, all light, you can't see all the light out there, so even when it's dark out, you're still having light shone upon you and hitting you electromagnetically, so it's not in your field of vision. So each one has a different character. And so that's how they came up with that character from this wave, so from the number system. So that concludes that this part of describing the wave as a spiraling energy with different parts of it having distinctions, characteristics